Alright, let's break down this Brewers-Guardians trade that just dropped. At first glance, it looks like a classic yawn deadline deal. Two teams swapping spare parts. But wait, if you actually dig into the names here, there's some fascinating stuff going on. Let me explain why this might be way more interesting than it seems. First, Cleveland's been desperate for outfield help for years, right? So they're getting Blake Perkins, a guy who can play all three outfield spots but hits like a pitcher. His career OPS, .646. That's brutal. But here's what I find fascinating. Perkins is a switch hitter with elite defense. In a park like Progressive Field, where lefty sluggers thrive, maybe this is a sneaky smart move. Pairing him with rookie Petey Halpin in a platoon could actually work. I mean, the Guardians are 29th in MLB in outfield WAR. Literally the worst. So even a stopgap like Perkins feels like a win if it stops the bleeding. But let's be real. This isn't a solution. It's a band-aid. Why not swing for the fences with a rental star? That's the bigger question here. Now Craig Yoho, the 26-year-old reliever. His ERA looks shiny at 3.15, but dig deeper. A .128 BOBIP? That's basically playing poker with loaded dice. He's getting lucky, but his strikeout rate, 23.1%, isn't jaw-dropping either. The Brewers are clearly betting he can maintain that tiny sample magic. But here's the twist. Yoho was drafted in 2023. That's insane for a guy making his MLB debut last year. Milwaukee's farm system is clearly stocked with pitching depth, so shipping out a non-top-tier arm makes sense. Cleveland, meanwhile, gets a cheap, controllable arm who can bounce between the bullpen and minors. Smart? Maybe. But I can't shake the feeling Yoho's the kind of pitcher who'll implode in high-leverage spots. Let's flip to Milwaukee's haul. Bo Naylor, the catcher who was supposed to be Cleveland's future, but now looks like a cautionary tale. Remember his rookie year? 11 homers, .809 OPS. Then, complete collapse. .192 average since 2024. Brutal. But here's the angle. The Brewers have William Contreras locked up long-term, right? So why take Naylor? 2 words. Trade bait. Gary Sanchez has been a disaster this year. 88 OPS plus disaster. If Milwaukee can flip Naylor as a reclamation project this winter, that's the play. This trade basically screams, we're stockpiling assets to move Contreras at the offseason. Because let's face it, Contreras is a free agent after 28. Milwaukee's building for the future, and Naylor's just a pawn in that bigger game. And then there's Codi Heuer, the ultimate MLB journeyman. Tommy John, broken elbow, 6 teams by age 30? This guy's like the Hitchcock of bullpen arms, always dramatic, never reliable. But here's the overlooked detail. His post-injury walk rate, 10.9%, is way worse than his career 8.1%. Control issues are a red flag for a reliever. Milwaukee's clearly not expecting him to be a closer, though. They're just filling out the AAA depth chart. Low risk, high reward gamble. If he flops, no harm done. If he finds his old 21.8% K%. Bonus. So, who won this trade? On paper, Cleveland gets immediate help. Perkins fixes their black hole outfield. Yoho adds bullpen flexibility. Milwaukee, they're playing 4D chess, accumulating catching depth to trade Contreras later, while flipping Heuer into a minor league lottery ticket. But here's the deeper truth. This trade reveals how desperate the Guardians still are. They're clinging to contention by a thread, while Milwaukee's already thinking 3 steps ahead. It's the classic buyer's remorse versus sell-high dynamic. And honestly, I think the Brewers got the better end of this just because they're the ones holding all the leverage for next moves. What do you think? Drop your takes below. Did Cleveland overpay for a bench player? Or is this the start of something bigger before Monday's deadline?